Grab your boards. Welcome all surfers to Wavvy's Atlantic Ocean. Surf, 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 baby. You wanna surf on the tidal wavy? Yeah. Twerk, baby. For certain, she moving so perfect. Surf, baby. You wanna surf on the tidal wavy? Twerk, baby. I'm loving the way that you surf it.
All my niggas, they gangbang, and all these niggas do the same thing. Counting money, living insane. Steady mobbing, let my flag hang. Told them I'm ready. I'm throwing them monster like Randy. I know that these niggas can't stand me, but the automatic come in handy.
Yo, you already know it's ATM Wavy, aka Mr. OMG, and you know it's me in this Wavy's world. Salute to all the surfers for pulling up. You already know it's another Surfer Nation situation. You feel me? Alright, we about to hit that wave cave. Yo, you already know we in that good old wave cave. Salute to all of you, the surfers, for pulling up. And I hope all y'all doing smooth, man. Word. Mentally and physically, cause shit real out here, know what I mean? Shit super real. So with that being said, I'm gonna need y'all to get ready and warm them fingertips up to hit that like, hit that comment, and hit that sub. Yeah, nah, man, y'all do all that ASAP. You feel me? So we about to go ahead and get into the situations. All right. So this content is coming from the Tuesday show. I quote on Wednesday, but though that don't know, I didn't know. Adam is dropping certain shows to the members first, so you're not a member, which I'm not. You won't get to see that right away. So that explains because I was lost yesterday. Like, yo, where's the Tuesday show? I did the content. I got the content late, but we gonna still cover a little something. So they spoke about a few things during this podcast. You know, everything from the regular shit that they talk about, whack. You know what I mean? Was brought up in his situation with Ant. I don't even feel like even covering that because it's kind of like more of the same thing right now. Until something that I feel like is worth bringing up about that situation. So anyway, a topic that came up about somebody that's he's a big figure, you know what I'm saying? Literally, you know what I mean? Physically and all that, you know what I'm talking about? Like, you know, super heavyweight, even though you're supposed to be losing some of that. But we talking about Flakko. Flakko got bought up by Adam22, and Adam's like he's too happy with that, you know what I'm saying? So I started thinking like, I wonder if this going a certain way. But I'm going to leave that to y'all too to also watch it and let me know what y'all think in that comment section. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, he brought up, it wasn't too long of a conversation, but he brought up the fact that C-Mac and Flakko, you know, they had a argument. It was like a week ago or something like that. But anyway, they had an argument. Flakko was saying how he could do all this, hitting hands and beating C-Mac up. Alright, so now that conversation get brought up. So with that being said, right, I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna go ahead and run this good old clip, and after the clip, we're gonna get back to this.
So tomorrow, I was supposed to do a pilot episode with Flakko and Mooseman. The idea being that maybe there's a chance that No Jumper could have another weekly show that would feature me, Flakko, Mooseman, and I don't know, maybe we build out some more people on the cast from that. This is just an idea. I've been toying with it. I figured why not? We'll do Wednesday. We'll do an episode. We'll see how it goes. It's been in the calendar for weeks now because it was hard for us to find a date that would work. Today I message in the group chat with them and I say, yo, so are y'all good for 4 p.m. tomorrow? Flakko, I forget exactly what he said, but it's clear that he was going to be out of town, that he had not written this down. He had not put it in his calendar at all, not taking podcasting seriously. And to his credit, Mooseman said that he had a thing with the apartment he's trying to get or whatever. He wasn't going to be able to do it either. So both of them, despite it being in the calendar, both of them were not planning on showing up and did not mention it in any way to me, which personally, that shows a lack of professionalism. I'm going to be totally real. Then in addition to that, Flakko was telling us about this terrible deal that he had on the table where basically he was being offered money to start a podcast. They sent him the contract. It was all fucked up. They were trying to take a percentage of his YouTube money, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know if I'm saying too much, Flakko. He takes this deal that is not so beneficial and he ends up giving it to T-Rell. And then he gets a large percentage of the money, and that makes sense because realistically, T-Rell ain't got shit going on. So anybody trying to give him any money, he's just any dollar he can get his hands on, he's excited. So, but then that also makes me feel like by Flakko doing a weekly podcast with T-Rell, he's watering down his value because he's showing that he's willing to sit with D-listers on a weekly basis just to help try to get a relatively small amount of money. So to the people that I kind of hyped up the idea of Flakko and me doing a weekly podcast, multiple strikes against him. Number one, ghosting on the episode and not telling me in advance. Number two, doing bad, low-quality, watered-down content with someone who realistically is not a professional podcaster. So I just want to let the world know, I thought that this might have some motion, some momentum. I don't think Flakko, I don't really see it working out, especially because he's out of town. He would have to be flying in for it. Maybe the Adam and Moose thing could still have some legs, but we would have to find at least one, maybe two more characters in order to be able to make that a thing.
When you say it's not going to work, is that referring to just this specific show with Flakko, or just like is more of a greater issue you have with Flakko in general?
Well, I mean, no, it's really just that. I would say that those are the two things that I consider kind of like strikes against the idea of doing consistent weekly content with Flakko. Is that number one, I feel like by him doing a podcast with T-Rell, he's kind of watering himself down. And also, the views are just looking terrible on that. Like nobody wants to see Flakko sitting down with T-Rell.
Hey,
Me and Moose, on the other hand, that could have some value, but you can't be sprinkling yourself all over the place and doing content with somebody who has nothing going on. That's just not, like, if you're doing that and then you're also doing one with me, I'm looking at it like, okay, what makes our platform special when you're doing content with a No Jumper reaction channel on a week-to-week basis? Anyway, thoughts?
it seemed like Flakko been getting to a bag and shit. He just moving different. He could finally able to get a girlfriend now. He got a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, for real. He feeling himself and he just, you know what I'm saying?
I do think that, like, the way I see Flakko is that he is just not, I don't think he's capable of really, like, focusing on anything outside of his own YouTube channel. And it's kind of been that way since I met him, realistically. Like, that's always been his focus. Everything else we tried to get him to do, it really just kind of always felt like it was a bit of an afterthought in comparison to him just grinding on his channel. And I respect that and I appreciate that. I don't really want to get in the way of that.
Yeah, first thing first, you're supposed to handle your business first, though. But shit, yeah, I think it's exactly what I'm saying. I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying?
I think that there is a world in which Flakko could be focused on doing a weekly piece of content on No Jumper. I don't think that, like, what he does with his own channel is so time consuming that he couldn't also do that. Mm-hmm. But as long as he's living out of state, that's for sure gonna really limit it. You know, most people don't want to fly from friggin' North Dakota or whatever to California on a weekly basis.
I know this isn't 100%, but what's up with Flacco's weight loss journey? Because I'm not confused about that too. Is he actually losing weight? Like,
that shit backfired, bro.
You cold, bro.
What do you mean?
I don't think he's gotten bigger, but I wouldn't say I'm confident that he's getting smaller. Okay, can I get actual opinions here? Like, do you guys think that Flakko could be Crip Mac in a fight?
I think so.
I got Crip Mac.
You know what? Like, I think that Crip Mac has way more experience. My bet would be Crip Mac. However, I think Flakko thinks he'd beat the shit out of Crip Mac.
No, we know what he think. But you saying your money will be on Crip Mac?
Yeah, it's always mine's on Crip Mac, but it's always a chance Flakko could get a hell of a trainer and really get, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that I underestimate him. I just got Crip Mac in that fight. But he definitely can go in there and do his stuff though.
The thing with me is I know it's a marketing thing with Flakko. He want to beat up like the dude that say cuz every other word, the big Crip, and then brag about it later. I prefer it be another Crip that take the fade, or another whatever game maker.
Somebody who you think would have a better chance of winning?
Yeah, because I don't think he go. You know what I'm saying? And I see what the fuck Flakko doing, bro. He not slick.
Well, he definitely wanted, like, in his ideal world, he beats up like a gang member, like a visible or reputable or respected gang member that everybody sees online, and that makes him,
You're saying that's his little baby.
All right, so there you go. Now I'm gonna say this. Speaking on the Flakko situation, when Adam first brought it up, I'm like, all right. As he's talking, I'm like, oh, this nigga Flakko, being unprofessional. He ain't feeling that. So then, fast forward past that, I started to hear him talk about the fact that Flakko had got a deal offer that he really wasn't trying to take for himself, but he decided to put Rell on. So when he bring up the fact that Flakko supposed to be making this deal, and then he decided to bring Rell in on it and everything, I started to think like, okay, the fact that you even bringing this up, and he, what he always do, he like, oh, I probably won't put to say all of that. Sorry, Flakko, aka he meant to say all that. But anyway, he goes in talking about this whole idea of Flakko doing this show with Rell. So through him saying all that, he basically put it in a nutshell, like, well, the TV show, not the TV show, the podcast segment that they was thinking about doing, which was supposed to be Adam22, Flakko, and a dude named Moose Man or Moose, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They did this and again, and he like, that's basically off the table. Him and Moose could possibly still do or something, but they're gonna need other hosts and everything there. So he basically ex Flakko out. Like I said, when he started off saying how that was unprofessional and Flakko basically ain't worked that into his schedule, he ain't say nothing. He basically was like, no call, no show. I can understand from that point that that's not being professional. Now, Flakko been away doing his thing, you know what I'm saying, as far as the weight journey. That's all I know. We all know he got his own channel on the side, but Adam don't be tripping about that type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? They all got their own channels on the side. But the fact that he brought up the Rell thing, I know for sure is deeper than him just not being poignant about what they had going on in relation to the podcast they were trying to start up. You know what I'm saying? Well, the segment that they were trying to start. So I'm like, oh yeah, this dude Adam, he in his feelings. So now I'm wondering, how is the Flakko thing, if he even come back, because I don't even know if Flakko even coming back officially or whether he been going, he been still doing stuff on his channel. I haven't been watching it, but people been talking about it. I've been seeing pop up on my own, on my wall, whatever you want to call it, when I'm scrolling through. But I'm not like a real big fan of Flakko, you know what I'm saying? Like, he the stutter, homie. I stutter too. Not as bad as him, but I stutter too. You feel me? But outside of that, I'm not really like that big of a fan of Flakko like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he be tripping. Word up, he be tripping. So with that being said, I'm like, we have to stay tuned, see what that go. That's why I'm like, yo, hit the comments, tell me what y'all got from that. You feel me? There's gonna be another relationship soon to crash, because it's not like Flakko need no jumper. He done used that for what he used that platform the way somebody's supposed to use it if they're trying to build their own thing on the side too. You know what I mean? Like, he been out here working. Like, he ain't have none. Now he got hella bread from what they be saying. You know what I'm saying? And he feeling himself. So we're gonna see if this be another relationship like a lot of Adam22 social media content creating relationships go. They run their course, and then for whatever reason he ended up having a falling out. You know what I'm saying? That's like kind of like the revolving circle there. You know what I mean? So I don't know if there's gonna be another one, but that caught my attention. Like, oh, let me notate that. So if something in the future happened, I could, reference back to, oh, I dropped a video which seemed to be like the seed that's being planted. You know what I'm saying? So that's all this is. So then after that, C-Mac versus him was brought up. And, people, oh, I got this person, I got that person. Me, I ain't gonna lie. Now, I just said what I said about Flakko. Told you, I don't rock with Flakko like that. I ain't hating on him. I don't rock with something like that. But if this is a situation where if I had to put my money on somebody, I'm for sure putting it on Flakko. That's That's word up. I'm taking my chance with Flakko because like C-Mac, you know how sometimes like, man, at least I seen him fight before. I ain't seen him fight. In C-Mac case, that work against him. I've seen you fight. I've seen, like, bro, like, I ain't gonna lie, like, and niggas that been rocking with each other, no, I rock with C-Mac. But I ain't about to sit here and act like that nigga got hands. You feel me? Son can't fight worth a damn. I'm gonna keep it all the way real. Like, Blood ain't got no skills with it. Like, he just got a lot of heart. But you gotta have all the heart you want. That chin ain't gonna care about none of that. You feel me? Like, I just get smacked and you going, you know what I mean? So, and he just got done up by a little boxer dude, Dean the Great. And the way he was, I'm like, yo, bro, you have no technique at all. For all the fights you had, teeth fell victim to the fights. Like, nigga, like, yo. So, it worked against him, yeah. You're right. I seen C-Mac fight, and I don't like what I saw. I don't like what I ever see when it comes to him in any type of combat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't be liking it. So I would rather actually go and jump off the ledge and put my bread on Flakko if I was a betting man. You know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know what y'all think. You feel me about that? So with that being said, that's what it is, and you already know it's ATM Wavy, aka Mr. OMG, and you know it's me in this Wavy's world. Salute to all of you, the surfers, for pulling up, man. You know I appreciate that shiznit. And with that being said, I appreciate you hit that like, that comment, and that sub. Holla at the blood. Join the surfing nation. We always waiting. And of course, you already know I need that hype, man. All that. You know what I'm saying? All that. Feel me? Alright. So with that being said, last but not least, always look both ways before you cross that street, because you might get hit.
Wavvy. But if the boy tall slick, I'ma blaze some.